All right, I'm back. I had to plug an appointment for tomorrow for getting some work done. What's up, CVC? Magnus? How you guys doing? Let me get my glove action on here. I had Jacob rip me a box of No Huddle here a few minutes ago. Finally pulled a Herbert. Let's start with score. So, I don't know, this was something different, H2 score. I don't know, I never heard of it. But it has some kind of look for exclusive blue parallels, number to 20. Yeah, give it a shot, you never know. What's up, Brian? Oh, really? Nice. Nice. That means that whole box was pretty solid then. Oh. I got to call PSA on Monday yet, too, in between teleconferences. So hopefully I get in touch with them. I'll put something out in a video later this weekend, but oh, beautiful. Cal Lewis. You know, he had to be stoked on that. Just real quick, just so everybody knows, PSA has stopped taking economy level orders right now for the time being. I see it going about a month. But I think there's a way around it, so I just got to make sure I'm tapping my, or whatever you want to call it, crossing my T's, dotting my I's type deal. But I'll do a video of it for this weekend just so everybody's tracking. Dude, that's nice. Cal Lewis. So you guys know what Score Football looks like. I want to see what these blue things are they're talking about, if we even get one. Thing is, if you don't get stuff like this, they kill you on the other stuff down the road. Huh. I don't know if that's just supposed to be gray bordered or not. It's no numbered. Fantasy Stars, Daniel Jones, Mike Evans, Aaron Jones. That's kind of cool looking. Yeah, I happened to see that yeah, mine somehow went. I found it the other this morning. It came into Louisville and then it went back to Atlanta. I have no idea why. That was like really weird. McCaffrey out of 20. That must be what they're talking about. These. Wow. Need to refocus on the camera here. Must be what they're talking about. Out of 20 that was on there. So I'll tell you what. Post office you told me, man, their system's so jacked up everywhere right now. It's not even funny. That's why I've been personally taking stuff down if I can't get the guy to show up here. Yeah, it was weird because I got that email from you, and I was sitting there earlier that day. I got an alert saying I had something shipped, and I don't want to use the area or nothing. I was like, "What is coming from here?" And I couldn't remember. And I seen your email. I was like, "Oh, that's what that was." Oh, these are them blues here. I'm taking it out of 100. Le'Veon Bell, trader to the Steelers. That happens. I mean, what's weird is Magnus's package and Jacobs are mailed the same day. Jacobs went today from Louisville to Fort Knox and then somehow ended up in my mailbox. I have no idea how. So today's mail has been like really weird. Under radar. Simmons. Swift and Hurt. Two good ones there. Plus, this gives me some stuff for the store. Everybody likes the football right now. Alrighty. Duke. Michael Warren, gray scorecard. That Julio ain't numbered. Anything with the name Lamar Jackson on, everybody loves. Robinson and Perrine. Be kind of funny to pull a auto out of one of these. Wow, that'd be really weird. I think these are really hard hits. I think it's kind of like where you have your no huddles and fast break stuff. Oh, there we go. Wow, 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 wow. And of course, the horn's out, but it's Joe Burrow out of freaking 20. Can't believe that. The horn's dead, but I did get a Burrow out of 20. Man, there we go. That is beautiful. Yeah, he played for one of the teams and he transferred out. I forget which way it went. There was LSU and then there was Ohio State at one time. Was not ready for that. Winston, Jacob Eason just pulled his auto out of what do you call it, Mosaic. Should be coming this week. And I got a Herbert. This is what I'm talking about. This is probably the best box I've opened. Justin Herbert. I don't have my. I got any of them dang things for grading up here? I remember what I kept up here and what I. Yeah, I do. All right. It's hard to fill things with gloves on in a drawer. Probably like 160. Be my guess roughly. I don't know. Hey, what's up, Tommy? Doing pretty good. Hope you're doing well. Mr. Conley. Dalvin Cook gray border. Breakthrough Mixon. Texans celebration. Davis and McKinney. I don't think I'm going to get more of a bag than the out of 20 Burrow. These are going every which way here. Josh Rosen out of 35. Big afterthought on this dude. What's up, ABC? Dude, I know. I'm so happy it's Friday. I took a power nap and then had to start getting stuff ready to get some yard work done at the end of the year. Nothing cool there. Devontae Adams, Kelly Bryant, Slayton, Jake Fromm, KJ Hill. Yeah, I got a guy coming out. The backyard, because of the hill, gets some water in it. And so me and my neighbor are going to put some drainage in. It's going to float off down the way. And I had to wait till end of the year because every landscaper was always booked because of doing yard work and stuff, and now they're looking for work. So figured it'd be a good time to get a price onto it and get it done now. Is that a printing plate? No kidding, a 101. Javon Clowney. This box just amazes me. Huh. 101 in the dag box. Out of 20, Burrow and a Herbert. Bree Sanders, Austin Eckler, Pittman, and A.J. Green. Oop, start sticking these in the wrong stacks. CVC, I have two of them. It's just not one. There's one behind it. But I can. Cooper Kupp. Who's that? Calvin Ridley. Chase Young draft. I'm just happy with it, to be honest. This was like one of those inexpensive boxes I just added to the order and wanted to see what it was like. And it just lucked out this time. There's another one out of 20. John Brown. That's a good receiver there for Mr. Allen. I'll tell you what, this box had more bang for its buck than most of the other product. And it's probably like about a fifth of the price. Godwin. Peterson and Martin. Really, for the price of the box on this, not bad. Out of 20, John Brown, Chase Young draft, Fromm draft, 35 Rosen, Eason draft, Lamar on that with Watkins and McCaffrey, Jalen Hurts rookie, Swift rookie, Le'Veon Bell out of 100, out of 20 McCaffrey, printing plate of Clowney, a Herbert rookie because I can't grab a hold of it, and this here. This is just like the surprise. Like I was not ready for that. 20 Burrow. If that grades a 9, it'll solidify the card. All right, that's the other thing. Origins football just released today. First off the line was pretty banging actually, from what I've seen. These are really, really hard hits. They always have been for me. One on card auto, one jumbo rookie patch auto. So they're not bad at all. Yeah, it was one off for his jersey number. I don't know what he played, if he was number 10 in LSU or not, too. Yeah, they only gave me one box of Origins, so figured what the heck. We'll give it a shot. All right. Should be the back two. So Devontae Parker will be out of 175 for the Dolphins. And a Chris Godwin out of 99 for the Bucks. Hey, what's up, Greg? Going pretty good. Cannot complain. All right, that's right. These don't fit in there. I gotta go this way with them. Oops, it's not a 55er. This is. All right, here we go. Well, it was focused. Singletary. Miles Sanders. I gotta find where I put my. There's my dummy card. Jumbo patch out of 75 will be DJ Moore. Most of the patches on these used to be exciting, but they kind of backed away from excitement onto them. First auto. Definitely take this. Wow, it's silver too. Origin Silver Ink, DeAndre Swift. That should be on 90. No, I lied. Out of 35. Let me move my hand away. These are real hard to read. But out of 30, there we go. You gotta get the right angle on them. I think this dude here is gonna have a big second year as far as running backs go. Yeah, in a way it is like Inception. Yeah, they got silver and I think gold on those. We'll put you in front of Herbert for now. We'll see what the big rookie is. Oh, this guy, Duvernay. They got nice patchwork in these here. The only reason I say it is Jacob just pulled this dude for his final only rookie auto out of 4 boxes, a no huddle. All right, let me see. CBC, you still in here? I'll just text him. Not bad though. I mean, I'm really happy with some of this stuff. Oh man, it started dropping cold out this way, man. If anybody else wants anything, it's always on the screen. I mean, like, there is a box of Gold Standard from this year. I think that's a little pricey myself, but compared to what other football products are, it's really not. I did pick two of these up this week. I have no idea why. The Contenders Optic. I'm at 400 on this if somebody wants it. 195 on HTA right now while I'm live. Otherwise, it goes back to the store price. He does want one, all right. Oh man, that Chronicle stuff. I thought I had a box of it, and we went to do my stuff. Oh, okay, you are watching. All right. So CBC wants a box of this. I'm gonna go like this, since he said pick his box, and I suck at picking. I just luck out at stuff. We'll go if it's an odd number, left side, and even number, right side. Even number she is. Dude, there's no breaks even on it when you buy it at wholesale or the wholesale at pre-order. To be honest, good luck, CDC. I'll get it shipped out to you tomorrow. I'm hitting the post office up bright and early. See how this stone now. Let's try to see that sticker on top. Shows I don't have a mega box opener person that much. Oh wow, you get two pink packs. I ain't not notice inside. Two pinks. Dynasty, the only way to go is to go buy a case for yourself. To be honest. Okay, let me move some of this football out of my way so I don't kill it here. All right. Goran Dragic. Is that a hollow splash? Yeah, hollow James Harden splash. You know, I really like the old Dynasty cards when they first came out. Um, I do. I started liking it because there was different pictures. I didn't know that. Oh, here you go. Trae Young hollow. Second year, you're starting off well. If I can just get the shine not in my eye. Let me move. There we go. And finally, I put my little white ball cloths here. Just notice that on top here, you can see. Bowl rookie. Dude's still selling for some money. Yeah, well, PSA now doesn't do an economy anymore, so that's the hard part on it right now. By the time they open that back up, it'd probably be. I'm thinking sometime next month they'll announce when they're going to reopen the economy level. The first pack was nice. Lou Williams, regular Harden, Tim Duncan, nope. Isaiah Thomas. I like it, to be honest. I mean, minus them taking away the the economy level, it's not bad at all. Now, I just have to get clarification on a couple things from to make sure I'm good on all. But the vouchers, man, you know what happened is people were going out there and like buying memberships for the whole family. So when you buy that $240 one, you're getting $300 in grading for free. So that's like $50. So if I have a family of 5, I just saved myself $250. I know people did that. Kevin Love silver and a PJ Washington rated rookie. Nice. The only thing they raised their prices on was the value. The value stuff for the new stuff to what, $2 a card? That's really it. All the other services stayed the same. I don't use that value stuff like that because here's my thing: it was $15, right? You got to remember, value is kind of like a quarterly special. It depends on demand, and it could take anywhere from 4 months to 10 months to get done. So I spend the extra $5 and do economy level on them all. I mean, they could do what STC did and just do 2 services, a freaking 5-day at like $100, and whatever else they just did with a 50-day or whatever it was for $10. But they did it right, I think. Larry Bird Prism, winner stays. See, the thing was, they made a quarterly value team up to do grading for the quarterly stuff, and they end up having to take some people to put them over, and I think that's where they fell behind, from my understanding. And then, of course, everybody that was using Beckett and tried to hurry up and flop the SGC now is all at PSA. And remarkably, they've been handling pretty good. Go-Go rookie, offhand to me. You got something fancy coming up. I think it's a checkerboard. Well, what do you know? Evan Fournier. People love these checkerboards, dude. Even the base players sell for decent money now. Here's my thing. I received my June 5th order like 2 weeks ago, and my June 9th isn't even graded yet with them. Grant Williams, rookie. Van Fleet. Harden again. Okay. Making sure it wasn't prismed out or hollowed out. Come on, read Danny Green. There we go. Hardaway. There you go. Zion Williamson. Purple. My house. My house. Nice hit. Man, I hope so. My luck's been fading here recently. Today was just a shocker day. Bogdanovich, Ben Simmons, Lillard, Carroll. Let's see if we get you some hot pink here. Vucevic. These are going to be hard to read. Maybe not. There we go. Donovan Mitchell. Looking for that rated rookies. Holiday. Darius Garland. That's nice. And Miles Turner. I remember these pinkies can't go in regular top loaders for some reason. Yeah, their turnaround's horrible. There's no system there. Because how do I have an order back from June 5th, but June 9th, which is 4 days later, I don't have even a freaking grade on it yet? None whatsoever there. McCollum, Porter, Tremont Waters, rated rookie, Jordan Clarkson. I will say this was a pretty decent box for as far as mega boxes go, man. Tremont Waters. If it'll open up there, here we go. Pink. Garland, pink. Zion, purple. My house. You got checkerboard of Fournier. Hollow award winner Bird. PJ Washington, rated rookie. Kevin Love, hollow. Bull rookie. Trae Young, which it looks like somebody's got a fingernail on. Up on the top there. Trae Young and James Harden. It was pretty good though overall. Compared to what you could get out of some of those, man, it could be a lot worse. Was it a redemption? Because he might not have signed yet, being in a bubble. I mean, I've been waiting over a year on a Kevin Durant auto, and he hasn't even played basketball in the last year. I don't know. Let me look. I'll eye it up. Might be harder to do than I thought that way. All right, let me take her out. My eyes are not good. I see 3 faint printer lines, and that's it. I don't know what that is here. Without getting a magnifier out and really going on to it more, it looks like to be something right to the left of that, but I can't really tell if that's part of the card or not without magnifying it. I don't know if it'll show up here or not. Kind of like right above that light right in there. Depends. with PSA, to be honest. If it's light printer lines, you have a chance at a PSA 10 from what I've seen, from stuff I submitted. But when you got the heavy ones, I mean, the light ones sometimes, are just wax marks and they'll come right off. That's the only thing is I don't know if those are wax marks or not without laying it down and doing the test onto it, as I call it, and seeing how it films up. Yeah, let me get my gloves off here now. It may drive up the price of them. I don't know. You got to remember it's a Panini product, so when you look at any Panini product versus Topps, it's not going to be the same money wise. And at the same time frame, you got to remember, you know, the guy really hasn't done anything yet, so I don't think it's going to drive up much, even if he comes out in Series 1. People will still chase Series 1 way more than they would anything from Panini. So, and it could take a while with that, to be honest. You want me to send the PSA CVC? I'll be able to look at it better with a magnifier. I still want to bring out a magnifier on camera and stuff live. It kind of reflects real hard into my eyes and the way I sit. Okay. I'll look at it better and see if that's wax lines or not on it. Greg, I don't think so. Um, I think they're really trying just to catch up so they don't go that route. No problem there, Cupcake. But if the worst they're going to do is raise up their value, I have no issue with it. They still kept all their other services. And it's not like you're doing a Beckett 30 day, which has taken 6 to 9 months to come back. So I'd say you give them a good month, and I think in November they'll announce when it's going to come back, to where it may not come back to December 1st, but I think they'll have a better idea where they're at. And I can tell you, I have 3 economies in the queue. 2 are in the analysis stage. 1 is in the grading stage. If all 3 of those get graded by the end of this month and come back, then I would say yes, they're going to be bringing it back very quickly. Because a good month to catch up on orders might really, really help out. But I don't know how bad their backlog is, and they still have a lot of people teleworking. All their customer service and certain people in their finance office is still teleworking. So it's really, really hard to tell, or where when you call in, they can't really say, man, it's way backlog. They can't tell. But I can tell you now, when you do a PSA order, you have to cut out these real little barcodes and put them on your box. So, like the box I just mailed out, I think it was like 2, maybe 3 weeks ago. So when they receive it now, that box is going through a conveyor belt and it's getting scanned. So you get an email saying it's scanned in, that they have it. They officially have it. You don't have to go look at your post office, tracking number and stuff. But then it still has to wait till they get it checked in afterwards. But I think their new process is going to help out a lot. I did mail off a 2-day card to BGS, Anthony, and they only took 2 days to do it. As far as their 10-day and 30-day, I completely agree that they're probably equal with SGC because my 10 days with SGC, we're going 90 business days. 90 business days concentrates in about 4.5 months. So I think realistically, they're probably about the same. Because one's using business days, one's using calendar weeks for their thing. So I think it'll even out. But the big boom in all this, it was bound to happen. How long the boom's going to last with it staying like this, nobody knows. I mean, some prices fell on cards, but if you guys haven't looked yet, Prism Football Hobby is going to be coming out at $1,000 a box right now. They're talking. It was supposed to be 800 to 1,000. Everybody's saying 1,000. That's your Blowout, your David Adams, your Leighton Sports, and all that. $1,000 coming out the gate at a hobby box of freaking Prism Football. You're talking at that's almost probably $100 a pack. BGS does have more value, correct? I think they'll announce it next month, and it'll depend. Oh, yeah, yeah. We were just talking about that because I was allocated one hobby box, just one. That hobby box is going in the back end of my closet, never to come out. I don't even want to tell you how much markup that is from what you're getting it on pre-order at. It's just insane. Insane amount. I tried that with SGC. They told me to basically go suck on a lemon. But here's the catch. So, if Prism Football Hobby is going to be $1,000 a box, okay, can you see how much Burrow, Tua, and freaking Herbert's going to be in a PSA 10? Probably $1,000. Look at the price of a Luka rookie box right now, and the price of a PSA 10 Luka, and you can figure this all out. It won't fall off, Anthony. And this is the reason why I've talked about this a few times. You have people who have been doing this since before the boom and everything like that have hoarded, and I'm one of them, optic shocks to optic velocities, all that stuff, all right? Back when we were doing case breaks, case wars. Box to box to box. Everybody bought a box for like 40, 50 bucks, and we did case wars of this stuff, all right? I mean, it was like 60 bucks maybe a box. I don't know. Well, anyhow, a lot of us hoarded that and bought the heck out of it on eBay when people were doing bulk submissions, all right? When that stuff skyrocketed, a lot of people sold. So, like for example of me, I can afford a $1,000 box, but am I? No. No way. Won't do it. But there's many people else who have done the same thing I did and just was grading. Like there was nowhere else to go. All these base rookies, velocities, while everybody else, they were concentrated on high prisms or refractors, grading and autos. Nobody out there was really grading a whole lot of like base and just base refractors and stuff like that. There were very few people. I mean, look at like a Tatum Hollow back in the day, what it sold for, and now look at it. So those people there that hoarded that stuff and held it, have so much money right now. I know how much some of these dudes have through consignment. and we're talking hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of thousands of dollars have been transpired. And what they did is they sold high, and now as those prices have decreased, let's use a PSA 10 Luka Optic. It was selling for almost $1,100. You could probably pick one up now around $650, $700. So you can rebuy your card, and you still have $400 in your pocket. So it will not fall off the price point of it, because there's a lot of people out there that just they don't care. They have the money, they're going to do it, they're going to take their chances onto it. But it's going to really change completely. I mean, look at retail. You used to be able to go to Walmart. That stuff was stacked. You can't even go to Walmart at all now. You can't even find Pokemon. Pokemon! I mean, it's just insane. And, I want to say I was very fortunate back in the day that, I was with a right group of people that had a similar vision, and we graded and graded and graded. I mean, otherwise, there's no way I'd be able to afford this hobby right now. None. None. I would be like breaking top series 1 and maybe 2, and that might be about it. Clearly authentic. I wouldn't be able to get into Bowman Chrome, Bowman, Prism, Optic, NT, all of that. It's really turned around big time now, to where the people that were smaller market are going to have a hard time with it. It does not, Magnus, and I don't even go look for it anymore. Honestly, this is what I do, and I wait and let those people that go stand in the line go buy them. All right, they'll run them in a Raz room for like double price. So say they're running 3 boxes of mosaic hangers at like $100, 10 per. Those probably cost me $60 in the store, $20 per, something like that. I will spend 30 when the Raz and come back. That's the only reason why I will do it. That's nice, Greg. I'm glad you found some, man, because that stuff there is just stupid in price. If you could find and go to these outskirts to where there's smaller towns that have Walmarts and Targets, where a lot of people aren't like card crazy and don't mind driving 2 to 3 hours, you could find that stuff. You really, really can. But you have to be willing to invest a full day in driving and being disappointed too. I'll tell you. I actually tried going to get a retail license, and they said no. This was before everybody started buying it out. I figured it was going to happen, but I didn't think it would be a shotgun blast like it was. Whoop. Another computer started going sleepy sleep. But yeah, I really it's becoming a hard hobby nowadays with anything. If you're a brand new collector, it's hard. And what really shocked me was, I think it was 2 or 3 weeks ago, I did a card show up in Louisville. I have never in my life seen kids between the ages of 14 and 21 walk around with stacks of $100 bills buying stuff. That really, I would say, shedded a lot of light onto what's going on out there with the market, and just how profitable it is, from like athletes buying investing in their own rookie cards and autos and stuff, to everything else driving up the cost. Oh, that's nice of you to do that. Yeah, I mean, the stuff's hard to find. Out here, it's a fight in the stores for that stuff. I just don't want to take a solid day out driving around looking for this stuff. And Out here, they're rotating when the guy comes, and even the time of the day, so people can wait there for long periods of time. And what's smart is the one Walmart has him pull in the back. He doesn't come in through the front now. So it really throws people off. But like I said, you got to be there at the right time. I used to love going to Walmart, grabbing some groceries, and picking up a couple retails. And now I just skim right by. I don't even look at the stuff. But yeah, that's the only way I get my retail now is I wait, it gets released, and I watch these guys start running and flipping it, and I'll take 2 to 3 spots. And I would probably say, even though it looks like it's a 30% chance I'm going to win, I've been hitting probably 8 out of 10 times easy. Well, Targets are supposed to be taking all that product and putting it behind their customer service counter for like how you would buy cigarettes and stuff and tobacco, but they just neglect doing it. That was the ultimate idea, and there was going to be kind of like, you were only allowed to buy X amount per trip. It costs too much to have an LCS. Way, way too much. Honestly, I had a friend of mine, and we were talking about it, and this was back in either late 2016, early 2017. We ran the numbers, even find a small spot and everything. It's not feasible, even with the new boom in the cards. For everything you got to pay to go into it, along with insurance and everything else. I mean, it's easier to work out of your house. What I do regret is I think the only person I told this to is maybe CBC and a couple other people I've known, but about 2 3 years ago when I was house hunting, I found this house. It kind of you had to go up on top of a hill, drive up, and when you got up to the top of there, it was a regular paved driveway. The house sat here, and there was like this big building here. Well, it was a dual zone place, and I kicked myself for not doing it because the place over here was a carpet store, and they had everything into it. It was real nice. Now, if I could buy like something like that and own it, I'd have no issue doing it. But running some spot out, it won't work because that there they had the parking on top. They had a couple spots and stuff like that, and with something like that, I'd feel more safe and secure having a building right next to my house than versus somewhere else for somebody to break into. Yeah, they're supposed to be doing it at certain places, but and I noticed our Walmart, it's close to the house now. They moved a lot of Halloween stuff there, and they compressed it down big time. And I think what it was due to was half of it was always bare dry, empty. Everything that was usually there, you might find a little bit of hockey, and everything else was like Pokemon. Well, now there's hardly a Pokemon there. Magic the Gathering and some off-ended crazy stuff else that like Game of Thrones or stuff like that, in cards. Yeah, you just gotta be careful though, really out there with a lot of stuff now. You gotta be innovative and look and resource. Yeah, I mean the idea of an LCS would be great if you owned the building, but when you're talking for some office spaces being between $5,000 and $10,000 a month, and them wanting a 3 year contract from you. Now, granted, I will say the one place that we looked at, it was $8,500 a month. It covered electricity, water, sewage, trash, all into it. you still had to pay for phone, cable, internet, stuff like that in there. And you had to restore the building or the office space back to the way it was originally. There's some weird clause into it. I mean, it would have been nice, but it would have been very, very expensive at the time. I mean, because then you have to start looking at people to hire to work for. Then you got to have a security system in there. That's going to cost X amount per month. And then your insurance, just not on the building, you have to get a side insurance to cover collectibles. And that is some buco money because I know what I spend now between um, having two safety deposit boxes. Yeah, even though they're FDIC insured, I still have other insurance onto those. And then what I have here at the house insured. And I literally had to sit there and take pictures of this stuff and do a huge spreadsheet. $500 to $600 a month for a storefront. I don't know where that's crazy in Atlanta then because I've never seen anything like that. The cheap ones that we found that were like $5 grand a month were like in like the horrible part. Now, granted, there were like little small spots I found that were like in this indoor office place that were like 1,200 a month. But I mean, realistically, you could only probably have two or three people in your store at one time because the building layout we had. So the door would have been here, well, here up front. So big square. You walked in, it had your big display area up here, and then there was a door back here, and it cut into. You had a storage room that went kind of like an L shape, and then a bathroom here. On this side, there was like a little kitchen area with a hallway. Then it came back to here, and there was two office spots. Huh. Yeah, I've never seen anything that cheap. Like I said, the only thing I found was like this little. Oh man, I think it was like 400 square feet, 500 square feet, little office space, and it's mostly rented out down there by. I can't remember what was in there, but like you had to go through the main door, and there were all these other doors as you go inside with little office spaces, and literally, like I would have been able to have two showcases and like half tables, I call them, like widthwise against the walls or shelves. And then behind me, I would have like my desk and everything. And then there was like a little bathroom back there and a little storage closet. Yeah, none of these were shopping centers at all. I mean, we were looking even downtown to where people lived above it and they were renting the office spaces below. It was just crazy amounts. But you have to remember, too, if you get an office, now all of a sudden you have to also be federally licensed, state licensed, county licensed, and the town licensed too. And then all of a sudden you have to pay taxes on all that stuff, whether it's internet sales or not. There's some big catches on to. That's the other reason why I skipped away from doing that because it's an established firm building. Granted, you can do however you want with your write-ups on what you sell and what you claim, but it's way too much in taxes. Crazy dog. Out cold under me again. Yeah, I wish I could find something that they said $500 a month for a nice maybe I don't know 900 to 1,000 foot square building office space. Yeah, once you start going into the town, because then before you open, you have to get that thing inspected by the city. You have to meet all kind of codes and stuff. It's a big, big, big workload, especially if you're doing it by yourself. Man. But like I said, I looked into it. I literally I was off for a week from work. I had to burn vacation. And I was like, well, let me see how feasible this is to do. And I started running, look at numbers, and they're like, you need this, this, and this, and everything else. And everywhere was exactly the same, no matter which little town I wanted to go into. And I started putting down the cost, and even if I, hired somebody to work the front office, even if I would just break all day, and then I would have to still do all my own shipping and sorting, and you don't want to be one of them guys that take a week to sort and ship because then you're going to lose people quick. I mean, I really looked into it hard and heavy, and it just was far, far, far from. I would be working more than I do now. Because then I even went to the route, even looked to see how much a cleaning person was to come in. Because you think after working all day, I want to clean up my bathroom and little kitchen areas and office and stuff like that? Heck no. Because you would have to be a good successful LCS. I think you'd have to have an online store. You'd have to be open to the public. I think you would have to break constantly to help with the cash flow. And you'd still have to meet all your other demands, and you'd have to worry about Monday and Wednesdays being on phone with distributors for whenever they call. But that's why I said I was looking at it to do with a buddy because you could kind of like take a break. Like you didn't have to worry like, oh man, I gotta go to the doctor this afternoon. I'm not gonna be able to stay open. I gotta shut down or whatever it may be. I mean, we were going to do some crazy hours too onto it, to where basically it was just going to be open Monday through. I take it back. Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, we were going to open at like 1 to like 5 or 6 to the public, and then it was some different hours Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. But we'd still be in there, still working online and shipping and all that other stuff. Because the idea was us trying to run it ourselves, not have to hire people to come in. Yeah, but you got to break a lot to get those prices. A whole lot. I've heard that, Jeff. You know what? Jabs is from my hometown, like where I grew up at. But I think we talked about that when you were up at the show. And that is one of the biggest complaints is people taking too long to sort and ship. My whole thing when I started was that if I could not ship, depending on how heavy the product was. Now, granted, like when I was doing dual cases, that Brian's still in here, he'll remember some of them, like the Don Russ freaking full master cases we were doing. But if I broke that on a Friday, I would stay up all Friday into Saturday morning. Then I'd go ship it first thing Saturday morning and go to bed. I always try to get out next day. And unless it was a weekday and it was heavy, I'd be like, hey guys, this is not going to ship out tomorrow. It'll be the following day. So, yeah, sort and shipping does when you're a one man crew. I did it for many, many years, breaking crap. Brian, I don't know if Brian's still in here. I was probably doing 2 to 3 cases a week at sometimes, especially at the end of the year when they would just unload product all the time. I mean, literally, I would come home from work. I would throw a sandwich down, and we were breaking by 5:30, 6 p.m. Eastern. I would have the break done, sorted, and shipped by midnight. And I was lived so close to the post office, and they had this big bin for boxes in there you could put in. And unless it was filled up, I'd have to take it to work with me the next day and ship them out. But it was tiring. It really, really was being a one-man show. I mean, there were days that I was like so thankful when like Clearly Authentic came out. It was just 20 cards to sort and ship. But to get the Clearly Authentic, you had to sit there and break like cases of Don Russ and all that other stuff. All right, Greg, you have a good one tonight. I might come back on popping around this weekend. Well, what I used to do, I never charged for shipping, okay? What I would do is say I ran 30 teams. Back in the day, we'll just say it was like a light product, like Clearly Authentic. You knew there was only 20 cards and 20 people were going to have to pay for shipping onto it. So what I would do is I'd take 20 times 3 is $60. And then you figure whatever you're making on the case, you got to take in fees that are going to be on PayPal just so you can have yourself a little bit of profit onto it. And I'd add it in the cost of the case. I never charged shipping outright onto anything for breaks. And I always figured it into the price of the break. And then when I started doing products like Allen and Ginter, well, crap, almost everybody that was getting shipped was close to first class mail. So, I mean, back then, I might have had to add $6 or $7 per team. And then I knew my people that were getting into the break very well. And I'd be like, well, you know what? I'm not going to have to ship 30 packages. I'm probably going to have to ship about 20. So 20 times $740, I had that in the break. And then you break it down by, all your spots, all the teams. So you think that's how I always did it. Because the one thing that always would hit me was like, if I go in a store, say today, and I want to buy the Blue Jays, okay, say you charge $4 shipping. Well, then all of a sudden I went, oh man, I want to get this team and that team the next day because of this and that. Then I pay another $4 ship. Now I'm up to $8 in shipping. And I used to get frustrated with guys a lot like that because I would pay $8 for shipping. It was coming first class mail when that should have been priority to me. But everybody had to make something onto their products back then. But I just always figured my stuff into the price of the case. So I would look at the price of the case plus shipping plus fees and where I'm at on to everything with the team breakdown. That's how I always did it. It takes a while to get used to it, to be honest, that doing it that way. And since I don't even break that much anymore, a lot of times I'll do like if I'm running random teams, that's the easiest one to do because half the times when you do random teams, guys are going to take 2 or 3 spots. Don't. So, say you pay, I don't know, it's different when you do box breaks versus case breaks or half case breaks. So, I mean, you got to take consideration how much the weight is onto the product and stuff like that. Honestly, I used to just do free shipping on certain products too because not everybody was going to get shipped out of it. Like Clearly Authentic, Bowman Chrome HTA, when I was doing Leaf Metal Draft, Leaf Trinity, and all that, I just did free shipping. I didn't even worry about it. Because the product, you have to look. If you want allocations, you got to break. And the way I always did it was if I was only making $50 off that full case, that's fine with me because I had to do it to get my allocations. If I do free shipping and it ate into my profit, I made $40. I made $40 because it was an easy sort and ship within 45 minutes done. But the products that were heavy, yeah, you got to figure about $4 shipping when you start going into it. And then you got to remember now it's all zone too. So what I would have to pay to ship to you is going to be way different than what I have to pay to ship to CVC. And that's stuff you have to take into account when you start doing that stuff. You have to do by average. And I mean, honestly, everybody, once you start doing it, I'm sure you know how much you spend on shipping per break, an average. Just calculate that in and add it into the prices. I've seen people used to do like box breaks and like small little mixers. And I thought it was a good idea back in the day. So you price out all your teams, you do your break. You tell everybody that you tell me when you want me to ship, and I'll tell you how much it is to ship. Whether, holy cow, Pug, relax, bud. Um, and they used to do it that way because they didn't want to fool with the shipping ad into the product and everything like that. So literally, guys would sit there and be like, "Okay, ship you my cards." The guy would weigh it, scan, say, "Send me this amount," and that's how they did it. But then you start holding on some people's cards for a long time doing it that way too. I mean, it's all up to how everybody does it. But if you're looking at like trying to like, I'll tell you who does a real good thing: Friendly Box Breaks. Um, Take a look at his site, how he has some of the stuff priced onto it, and that, and you kind of get an idea. He does box breaks all the time, straight box breaks, and I think he only ships twice a week. I want to say it's like Monday and Friday he ships, something like that. So, but if you when you start doing like the full case breaks and it's not like small mixers and stuff like that, that's where you got to start calculating all that shipping into it. But then you pretty much you start knowing though how many people are getting in your breaks, how many normally somebody's taking like 2, 3 spots here, stuff like that. But shipping will always come back onto it and everything. I just always added together. I took an average. Normally, I was doing off of any case break 20 packages was about average, 20 to 23, and I just always went with 20. 20 times 4, $80. If it was a heavy product, then I was going 20 times 7, which is 140. Add to the price of where I was at on my break, filter it down, and then you figure if you have 20 spots, and then you can figure how much your fees are. You got to add that in there because that kills it right off the bat too. Yeah, case breaks is fun. I mean, now the price of the cases are just insane. So most people are running like they'll buy a case of like Mosaic football, right? Nobody's gonna get into case breaks on that. It's just really expensive. You have to find. Well, I guess what do they call those guys? I just heard the name the other day too. Whales or something like that. They buy the big teams outright. Most people are doing 3 to 4 box breaks of that stuff. Check out G1 Cards. He does it all the time. And there's different methods out there. A lot of people hold out the top team and run a filler with it so they, sell out the rest of the teams. And you run your filler many different ways. I like what he's doing right now to where he's running a serial number break. And if it's a base card, what he's doing is this card here is number 144 on the back, so it's the last number on the right-hand side, so to go to a 4 spot if it's not serial numbered. And it brings the cost down even more to where people can afford to get into it. Yeah, I did eBay for a while. it gets very costly. I'm not gonna lie. And I used to run mine as auctions. Okay, I would start them all off at like 4.99, 4.95, and sometimes you do well, sometimes you don't. That's the hard part of it all because now all of a sudden you know eBay's going to take 12% of it. And if you're just going to do it as buy it nows on there, I think the hard part's going to be is people paying for those. And if your break don't sell out very quickly on eBay, that people will start wanting refunds onto it. I don't know. I would like I said, I haven't done eBay breaks in a very, very long time. It's probably been at least 2 years. Back in the day, there was only like 5 or 6 of us that were really doing eBay breaks. But I never had like a big basketball following, so that's where every time I had basketball, I was just doing eBay onto it. And what I would do is I would offer pre-sale to like through my store, and I'd say, "Hey, these are on the pre-sale until Wednesday night." And then what I would do is take it, and then I would normally do a 3 day auction, which it does hurt when you do 3 day auctions. And then you just got to hope your product's there by time. It's slow everywhere on breaks right now. Really, really slow. My Bowman Chrome break took like an hour to fill. At the prices that we were running them at, they should snap fill. I think we were running the Bowman Chrome hobby breaks totaling out was like 2,300 cost. I think HTA we were at like 2450 ish. But you are right. The hard part what is hard is that if you're out there like just buying from David Adams and Blowout and go and get that 1% discount off of them, it's hard. Yeah, I mean it generates new traffic to your channel. It really will. But you gotta figure you're gonna have to find a product for one that's gonna be base heavy. So everybody in there should at least get at least a base card. So you're shipping everybody a card because otherwise, then you start having to worry about, well, if I refund them their shipping, are they going to charge back me? And you don't want to be that guy that sends an autographed index card out. Please don't do that. Please don't. To people who don't hit anything in the break. So that's one of the caveat to it was that you had to ship something to everybody on there. Most guys, when I was doing, were cool if they didn't get anything. Now, there were a lot of times where guys took the big teams, didn't hit anything, and I still felt bad, and I sent them something off, like a small PSA 10 card or something. But oh, you talking about my allocations for pre-order? I mean, it's a hard world now with allocations out there. I spend 6 figures a year on wax, um, and you can kind of guess how much a little or how much I get a certain product. To get a bump up, I would have to be selling another 50 to 100,000 a year just to try to get more in allocation. It's very, very hard to do now. I think the only way to really get allocation, we were just talking about this, is that if you group together into doing it because there's just no way around it. This stuff is insane. Oh yeah, you will. You could lose a lot very quickly. I can't tell you how many times I bought the big team and didn't hit crap. But the people I break with, a lot of times, they notice stuff like that and they send me, something along the way to somebody I usually PC or something, which is always nice. I never asked for it. I understand it's a gamble and stuff like that. Yeah, I just cracked six figures today. See, a lot of times people don't really get to see all my product because a lot of times I have guys that are local that ask me for product, and I just order it with my stuff. That's why. And I mean, when you really think about it, start looking like NT basketball, there's no way I could break that. I just sold it outright. Stuff like that there flies very quickly. Yeah, it's a lot of money for product, and if you don't have I'm not saying like David Adams blowout, Leighton sports card stuff like that there, but if you're not with Peach or GTS and maybe even Southern getting product and trying to build an allocation, it's hard. And I think GTS now they want to see that you've been breaking for 6 months straight before they'll even look at your account because there's just so many people out there. Yeah, I do mine daily. Daily. I know where my profit is, but especially coming the end of the year, and then I have a lady that does my stuff for me. Um, but I do keep track of it just so I know where I'm at. And she'll be hitting me up here come 1 November saying, okay, you got less than, 60 days. You need to start doing something with the profit you made this year. My profit, sadly, wasn't off of breaks. It was off of the big boom off of cards that I sold PSA 10 wise. So I'll have to sit there and look and be like, all right, well, you know what? I'm going to go get me a geeked out freaking desktop, and then I'll probably go and buy a couple cards for PC and then see where I'm at tax wise. But it's painful. You got to keep an eye on to that because the more profit you make, all of a sudden, then that's tacked on to what your regular job is, and your job has you taxed in a tax bracket according to what your salary is. So now, say you make an extra 10, 20,000 a year, just throw a number out there, onto what you already made off your regular salary, you can hit a new tax bracket, and now you're gonna owe money on that other stuff too, off your regular job. And that's another reason why I go to. This year I really haven't, but I would drive a lot to shows, even if I wouldn't buy a card. That mileage helped me out. Driving to the National every year helped me out. Driving to Tennessee to the card show helped me out. Going to Cincinnati, post office, driving there and back every day, UPS store. Even if I went to Walmart and I bought groceries, but I picked a couple packs of cards up, there's mileage there. Then you got to take consideration your cell phone. How much do you use it for cards? I use it for a good bit. Your internet. I even have it to where the square foot of this office has been rented out into extreme card breaks per month. So it comes out like X amount of square footage in my house percentage wise. Uh, then you take that percentage into your mortgage, and that's how much you could deduct along with electric. But yeah, you gotta get every write off there is. And for everybody else just listening on to this, I mean, that's a lot of information. It really is. Because this year here is going to be something where a lot of people made a lot of profit. You're probably going to get that 1099 from PayPal, and you're gonna be like, what the heck? And you're like, I sold 300,000 in cards, and unless you have record of what all you bought, break wise, all that stuff, every time you sent money, PayPal, and all that, whew, that's a lot of taxes, man, a lot of taxes. And even if you're not like a breaker or nothing, and you just sold on eBay, regardless, I would claim it this year because, yeah, there's going to be a lot of funny stuff going on. Yeah, it's just not even the mileage. There's a lot to it that, I mean, my website, write off. Random.org, write off. Uh, XSplit, write off. Tax person, write off. Tax jar, write off. All that stuff that helps you be more efficient is a huge write off at the end of the year. And you got to take every deduction you can. PSA grading, SGC grading, crap, eBay fees, PayPal fees, memberships to different things, marketing, business cards, supplies from ink to top loaders. Heck, if you do giveaways, that's a promotional item. I'm trying to think here. I had display cases this year. But yeah, you gotta find everything that you humanly use to write off. And mileage was usually my big key thing. This year, it's not going to help. I ain't gonna lie, ABC. I used to incorporate my vacation was called going to the National. Huge write off every year. I do my own taxes. Let me reword this. I do my own taxes. She does all my numbers up for me to make sure I'm right. So she'll give me a thing back. It's going to have all my numbers with all my categories on. I plug and go. That's all she does. And then she pays my state sales tax every year and my city when I run shows. That's it. I file my own taxes, do all that hard stuff there. I know what categories it goes into. She does the rest. Yeah, if you ever, like I said, if you ever find yourself at the end of the year coming up and you have a lot of money that you made profit, most people are like, well, where'd that go? But a lot of times it's just because you had to buy extra supplies and all this. I every year I was upgrading like my microphone, my cameras, to mats, to heck, I even had shirts for the one show I did. I was giving away free T-shirts. Whatever it could be, I was trying to do just to do stuff away because I knew the profit was going to be there, and I couldn't use it and burn it all up. There's only so much you can buy because you have to carry inventory over each year, which when you carry your inventory over, it subtracts off of that loss. So say I want to write off $10,000 in losses, but I'm carrying $15,000 in product over. I'm now $5,000 ahead, according to the way the stuff goes. That's why usually like end of the year I used to dump on eBay. Just dump in sales. Yeah, well, you can. You just write it off, and you take that, then you take it off from whatever your mortgage is per month, and then that's what you're allocated off of it. Same with like electric, you can do that too. I think I use 80% of my phone and internet just for cards, so I write that off. I think that's what it came out to being about right. A lot of people take losses every year onto it. It's just the way it goes. This is going to be probably the one year where a lot of people are not going to take losses. If they do, it's very minimal. It's probably because the increase in product at the end of the year they had to buy, along with the prices of supplies that went up. But depends on how they do their inventory and how they claim what they keep at the end of each year. See, I have two different inventories. I have what I have to sell, and I have what's PC. PC stuff can never get mixed up into it. Oh. Well, I'm gonna get off here and get some dinner. I just noticed it was 8:30. Holy cow! Time flies anymore on here. Time flies. But CBC, I'll get this out to you tomorrow. I'm stopping the post office at 9. So this will be out to you. I'll keep the Zion onto the side. And I'll probably load the store up starting tomorrow afternoon through evening. Just all that stuff. Plus there's a stack here minus this. I think we're going to use this for the Monday night game we're going to go with. I just got to make sure no other teams get COVID between now and then. But other than that, do appreciate everybody. If you guys need anything, just holler as normal. And next week is Heritage Minor, Topps Tribute. And something else, I think. I might have got pushed. I just remember the two tops. I know there's a Panini product too. All right, we'll come live again next Friday. We'll see what we can bust on open. I got a video to come out tomorrow. I want to go a little bit more in depth with talk about PSA for people who missed me on my rant here a little bit. But it'll be a smaller clip onto it. And be prepared to look for something embedded inside the video. Yeah, I'm not a Streamlabs person at all. You could, I guess, do that, having dual people on there, however they do that. I'm just not I don't want to spend the money for that per month. That's way more than what I play for XSplit. Well, I paid $99 lifetime for XSplit. Now, if XSplit somehow allows me to end up doing that eventually down the road, where you can dual do all that, yeah, I'd probably do it. But I mean, I guess I could easily just put somebody on FaceTime on my phone and have it displayed too. I don't know. All right, I'll probably try to stop by on Sunday. I'm gonna watch. Well, actually, I'll probably no Steeler game this week. Yeah, I'll probably stop in some rooms this weekend. All right, Jeff. Appreciate it. Hey, don't forget, there's a show back in that same building. The 14th of November, and then my show's the next weekend, E-Town, 21st of November. All right, guys, I'm out for a night. I'm gonna go get some chow chow. Appreciate y'all stopping by tonight.